the session as well.
Our
okay.
introductory session.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our session. And we are very excited for this session. It's an introductory session of Software Test Upskill Program. So let me just walk you through the session a bit. At first, we plan to give you an introduction of SITA. It will be a small presentation, and then we will drop into the most important two sections of the presentation. That is, we will discuss the guidelines of the upcoming sessions, and also the mentor or the instructor who will be taking care of the upskill program will be giving you a guide, will walk you through the curriculum. So let me share you my screen. Yes, I hope it's available. I think everyone can see it. Yeah, great, great. So once again, welcome to this introductory session, and we are very happy that you have joined this session. Hope we can deliver a very good session and very fruitful session for you. So welcome to SITA. Let me just walk you through the agenda of this presentation. At first, we will be discussing, or I will walk you through what SITA does, SITA's key services, and the impact that SITA has. And later part of the presentation, I will be talking about the guidelines of SITA, guidelines of the training session that you will be having. So let's talk about SITA. So SITA.dev helps international people build careers in tech by offering training, mentorship, and job support. We teach real-world skills like coding, testing, DevOps, and other then connect our trainees with companies looking to hire. SITA is also working as a strategic partner for tech talent and business growth. Moving on to our mission, value, and promise. So SITA.dev's mission is to make the Swedish tech industry more equal and skilled by supporting the international talent with training, career help, and real-life job opportunities. Our value as a company is to be more diverse. We welcome more fresh thinking and try to work together to make the tech industry stronger and more open for everyone. As a company, we promise to connect skilled people with real-life opportunities in tech while building an inclusive space where new ideas and progress come naturally. Moving on to discussing the key services of SITA.dev, we have academy, talent discovery, community building, and government initiatives. I will walk you through each and every service in a bit detail. So under academy, SITA is providing vocational trainings, which lasts around 9 to 12 months. The training paths are in front-end, back-end development, full-stack development, DevOps, software testing, UX design, data engineering. We also try to provide free upskilling programs, and these programs are basically for people who already have existing experience. We also try to hold 6 months boot camps, and which are very much aligned with the job-oriented curriculum. We are also holding career coaching and job readiness. That is, we try to help with people with writing CVs, people who want to optimize their LinkedIn profiles. We help people to interview prep and teach them soft skills, which are important in the workplace. Moving on, we have talent discovery. So in talent discovery, what we are trying to do, we are collaborating with the local employers in Sweden. And we are supporting them by sourcing and screening candidates for them and creating a talent pipeline for them. In the meanwhile, we are also trying to provide services to the candidates by mentoring them and by supporting them in whichever way, as I've mentioned, by CVs or LinkedIn profile optimization. SITA.dev has already built a community by offering training, mentorship, and career support through inclusive programs and events that help the international tech talent grow, connect, and succeed. In terms of government initiative, what SITA is trying to do, government has an initiative of work in Sweden. So SITA tries to support that by training individuals from diverse backgrounds and who are from international backgrounds so that they can get into the tech industry and they can connect to the local employers. Now, moving on to the impact that SITA.dev has. So over time, what we have done is we are bridging the skill gap between individuals, and we try to equip these individuals with both technical expertise and work essential soft skills for the workplace that's required. As a company, we also try to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. We actively support individuals from diverse backgrounds who are, excuse me, who enriching the industry with a wide range of expertise and perspective. So our goal is to provide equal opportunities for everyone so that they can thrive in the tech industry in Sweden. We are also enabling career transitions. There are so many individuals from non-IT background or tech background who are trying to transition their careers in tech. And so we are helping them through in different ways by mentoring and providing them whatever skills learning they need. Moving on to some of the testimonials that we have received, I would say feedbacks from people who have already been a part of SITA one way or the other. Either they have attended boot camps or they have been trainees in SITA. So yeah, maybe I can just read one of them. Likita says that she would recommend boot camp. She was recommended the boot camp by a friend and who is transitioning into IT career. It has been an excellent experience for her. The mentors were really good. Every concept was followed with practical examples and home assignments. So yeah, these are the very few testimonials that we can actually put up here. Moving on to the most important part of the whole presentation, which is the guidelines. Please pay a little attention on this. It's very important that you know about the guidelines of the upskill program that will be happening. So there are some technical requirements. It's very easy peasy. That is, you need a very stable internet, you need proper device to connect, and it's very important that you, whoever the participant is, you set up the whole thing a bit early so that you can avoid any kind of technical issues. Moving on. Engagement and participation. It is very important that participants, they actually actively participate through discussions, question answers, and whatever idea sharing there is required. Please make sure whenever you're in the session, keep your cameras on, and whatever tasks will be given to you by your mentor or by your instructor, please make sure to complete those tasks on time, and so that you can always stay up to date. And yeah. Moving on to the professional conduct, please make sure that it's important, and it's very, very, very important for us as a company. SITA.dev wants you to respect peers and mentors, and the professional demeanor is very much expected. I'm pretty sure most of us have some professional background and we understand what are the conducts and misconducts, and there will be zero tolerance for any kind policy for any kind of misconduct during those sessions. Guidelines about punctuality. Please, make sure it's important that you join on time. And in case you're late, plus you're late for over 10 minutes, this will be considered to be absent. And if you are repeatedly late during sessions, it will be you will be considered to be removed from the sessions permanently. Commitment towards your attendance. It's important that there is 100% attendance. 100% attendance is absolutely mandatory for these sessions. In case of emergency only, you can take absence, but for that, it's important that you notify at least 4 hours before the session that happens. And for that, there will be leave application, which you will receive on the very first day. Whoever enrolls for this program, you will receive on the very first day of the program. In terms of absence with approval, please make sure that there is mandatory notice. As I've already mentioned, you need to give a prior 4 hours notice minimum. Inform your coordinator before missing any sessions, and approval is definitely required. If you are missing a session, you must receive approval for leaves and request for it beforehand. And there is limit on absence. That is, if you are absent for more than 3 times, it will lead to removal from the sessions. Now, I think this is one of the most important slides where you need to pay a bit more attention. So for these sessions, we have a no-show policy, which I would like to discuss. That is, let me just first tell you what is a no-show policy over here. So no-show means that if you're absent without prior communication and approval, there will be fines. And these fines are applied based on number of occurrences. That is, if the number of times that you are absent from the session. And there will be no penalty, of course, if absence is informed and approved in advance. So you can see the structure and fee if you are absent. So maybe let me just read it out for you. The very first no-show, which is uninformed, will cost around 25 euros. Second, 30. Third no-show, which will be uninformed, of course, is 50 euros. And more than 4 will lead to 50 euros plus removal. And if you are for 3 consecutive absences without notice, please, it will be the same. Like you have to pay 50 euros and then there will be a removal. Now, exemption for no-show fee, that in which cases that you do not have to pay the no-show fee. That is, if there are any life-threatening emergencies, possible exemptions from fees and penalties will lead to this. Please make sure that there is immediate notification to the coordinator so that we can keep a tab about your situation. And coordinator discretion, it's very important that at the end of the day, that the final decision rests on the coordinator. Yes, and so this is one of the last slides, I would say. If you agree with all the guidelines and acknowledgement, enrollment means that you accept all the policies and terms that has been discussed so far. And if you're uncomfortable with any of the terms, please, we recommend that you do not enroll, and your spot should go to a fully committed participant. That's what we feel. And for enrollment, there will be an enrollment form, which I will share soon in the chat of this presentation of the Zoom link. Please make sure if you have decided that you want to enroll for this upskill program, make sure to fill up the form, and then we will reach out to you with the next session's information. Thank you very much. I think I will stop sharing, and over to Vikas now, who will walk you through the curriculum. And if there is any questions and answers, we prefer to take it after Vikas is done talking about the curriculum. Over to you, Vikas. Thank you.
Thank you, Anlip. Thank you so much. Good morning to all. Hope everyone are doing great. I'll be assisting you, or let's say driving through the course content with respect to the curriculum, whatever we will be, let's say, talking. It will be with respect to QA tools and technology. So I'll be quickly sharing my screen and I'll walk you through the course content, as well as like I'll be let's say having the prerequisite what will be required once we are, let's say, starting with the course part. So I'll be sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible to all. I hope everyone are able to see my screen. Perfect. So yeah, as you are aware, right now, currently in the QA automation world, Playwright, there are few tools which I would say are very popular amongst the automation tools and technology which we have, especially in the QA fraternity. So currently we have Playwright, we have Cypress, we have Selenium. But along with like if you compare all of this tool as of now in the current market standard, you will see that the contributions towards the automations in terms of whether it is an API automation, whether it is an UI automations, or even when it comes to different types of testing. Okay, when I say testing, I can consider, let's say, having the accessibility, or let's say having the integrations with various, you can say, mobile emulation devices. Playwright has got the highest weightage in terms of that. Even if you Google it out, the percentage in terms of the usage and the growing community support in terms of all the tools, you will see that Playwright has got the like higher percentage number in terms of current, like 2024 and 25 I'm talking, guys. Okay, so we will be having a detailed discussion obviously on what are the advantage of using Playwright. I know some of you already, let's say, aware about it, but still I'll be kind of going through that, wherein obviously like everybody are on the same page. And this curriculum will be like designed in such a way, like it is designed actually in such a way that we will start from scratch. When I say scratch, as in like it will be purely with one of the popular language, that is JavaScript, guys. Okay, so those who are aware already about, let's say, Playwright, okay, I know you guys are having the prerequisite that Playwright itself is supporting in 5 different programming language. Okay, so why we are considering JavaScript? Obviously, there is a major reason behind it, as we have the market with almost like all the applications which are built on Tailwind, Next.js, you can say Angular applications. So right now, the front end, what technology they are using is almost all the technology will have the inbuilt JS libraries, and there will be Gulp JS. All the libraries will have the prerequisite, or let's say inbuilt JS libraries. Okay, so that's the reason we are kind of having more, you can say, weightage toward JavaScript and TypeScript both actually. Because if you consider at the syntax level, both are actually synonyms. Okay, there is no major difference. Only like at the syntax level, in managing the file structure, in managing the configuration file, we do have some changes. Otherwise, you will not feel major difference between the JavaScript and TypeScript. Okay, so we will be having pure discussions on like JS language, and we will be kind of initiating our discussion starting from scratch for the JS language as well. Okay, JavaScript language as well. So now coming to the high level course content and everything. Okay, so just at high level, I'll try to showcase the you can say high level, you can say whatever we have with respect to JS. Okay, so it will be more of like which will be considering the Playwright with JavaScript, which will be having all the content with respect to starting from learning the JavaScript part, which will include all the modules, guys. Okay. And those modules will be obviously like around 4 to 5 sessions, I would say, will be going under the JavaScript topic, which will make sure that the complete JS language, because the prerequisite is like you need to have a very good exposure on the JS language, guys. Okay, before you start with the JS part. So we will make sure that the JavaScript language is kind of clear with all the concepts such as looping concept, enhanced for loop, for each, all the array concept, map, list, all this, whatever I'm talking about, will be having the detailed discussion with the practical, you can say practical oriented. Okay. And other than that, once we are, let's say, completed with the JS, you can say language, we will initiate the discussions on the Playwright setup. Okay. And Playwright, as you guys are already aware, or let's say if not, then it's a tool which is built and managed by the Microsoft. So the community support for this particular tool is huge over the internet. So at any point, if we are stuck, or let's say we are not able to have the support, we will have the external library, which will help us to kind of do this particular setup. Okay. So just to kind of give you a quick, you can say overview with respect to what are the prerequisite, guys. Okay. As I told you, the language which we'll be considering is the JavaScript. And other than that, there are few things which will be required, guys, from your side. Okay. So over here, the prerequisite I would consider as two major things. One is we need to have the Node.js installation. Okay. So Node.js installation is mandatory. If it is not available in your Windows or Mac, we need to make sure that the node is installed successfully. Okay. And the second prerequisite which we will require is, guys, the VS Code. Okay. So when I say VS Code, I know like most of you are already aware, it's an editor basically, which is nothing but the Visual Studio Code. Okay, which is nothing but Visual Studio Code. So obviously, currently in market, there are a lot of editors which are available. Okay, but why we are going with VS Code? Because JavaScript has got good number of extension, good numbers of library support when it comes to integrating your Playwright application or your Playwright automation with the VS Code, guys. Okay. So these are the two mandatory prerequisite which we need to kind of make sure that before we start our discussion on even on JS, guys, we need to make sure that it is properly configured and installed on your like machine. Okay, irrespective whether it is Windows or Mac. Okay. So far, I hope it at any point, if you guys got any queries, questions, please feel free to interrupt. Okay. So this is the prerequisite, and then we will have the, as I mentioned, right, we will have the detailed discussions on the VS Code setup. And once the VS Code setup and Node.js installation is done, guys, okay, we will be kind of creating the project from scratch. Okay. So overall, in this journey, okay, overall in this journey, we will have around 5 projects, guys. Okay. When I say projects, I'm not talking about end-to-end projects. So out of which the first project will be purely on the all the Playwright concept, okay, with respect to UI, whatever we have. So the project one will be purely talking about all the UI and API concept, guys. Okay. UI and API concept, when I mentioned, right, I'm talking about basically like what all, how we are handling the drop down, how we are handling the text box, what are locators, what are, let's say, how we are handling the sliders. Okay, so all this concept will move into the UI folder. And when I say API concept, guys, API are obviously like the CRUD operation and the other additional API, which is like you are already aware, some of you, which are nothing but get, post, put, patch, delete. These are the CRUD operations. okay, which we will be kind of automating using the Playwright tool. Okay, so the project one is purely like our hands-on exposure, where we will create individual files for each scenarios and making sure that those are getting ran successfully. There are no issues with respect to UI, let's say, element. And the same in the same project, we will have one more folder with the name as API concept, guys. Okay, so this is like purely the project one, where we will have in detail, you can say, almost like all the concept will be covered in this particular project one. Okay, now project two will be purely focusing on the UI automation, guys. Okay, I know, like, as a QA, you are responsible for both API as well as UI automation, but our project two will be having a complete framework which will be created on Playwright with JS from scratch. But we will consider one obviously end-to-end application, okay, like a dummy application which will be on the, let's say, HRMS domain or e-commerce domain, and then we will create the framework from scratch for the UI flow. So in this, we need to have some scenarios, some test cases, which we will have it obviously, and the same test cases which we have written manually. Okay, we will try to make sure that the that those tests are completely automated. So even if I keep on running them multiple times and so on, right? Make sure that those test cases are working as expected. Okay, so this will be project two. Project three will be of API automation, guys. Okay, so when I say API automation, this project will be having the prime focus on the API scenarios, API CRUD operations and everything. And to be frank, guys, in our real-time project, when you work in a real project, okay, there are more than actually like around 100 APIs, guys. Okay, so those APIs we need to manage, document, create a Confluence page, or let's say we need to have a Swagger documentations. So we will discuss about this, guys. Okay, and those who are not having the exposure on, let's say, on the Postman part, right? Because we need to make sure, right, before starting the automation, whether that particular API is stable or not. Okay, if the API which we are trying to automate itself is not stable, then there is no point of doing the API automation for that particular request. So we will have the touch base on the Postman part as well to make sure that that particular API is working as expected, and then we will have the respective test scenarios for all the status code in the API automation framework. Okay, this is purely for the API part, guys. And then we will have the project 4, which will be like considering the Cucumber plus UI automation. Okay, so those who are like aware about this, I Cucumber is a kind of framework which is having a greater market value in terms of so that all the stakeholders, whoever are involved at the project at the architect level, they are able to understand the scenarios, feature file, step definition file, and how we are kind of converting that step definitions into respective scenarios and how we are running them. Okay, see, the project 4 will be purely talking about Cucumber integration with the UI automation. And over here, one more thing I would like to highlight, guys. This will be kind of focusing on the structure of page object model, okay, which we call it as POM, guys. Most of the time, almost like all the projects, whichever projects you will see in the market as of now, it will have the POM style of writing, that is page object model of writing. Okay, and then the project 4 will be like Cucumber plus, you can say, integrations of page object model. Okay, it will be kind of talking about page object model at only, but it obviously, guys, there will be the integrations of Cucumber in it. Okay, and the project 5, same thing, nothing got changed. project 5 will be considered as API plus Cucumber style of writing. Okay, so whatever we have spoken in project 4, the same layout or the same structure we will have for the project 5 as well. Okay, so in project 5, you can consider that we will have in detail, you can say, discussion about how the Cucumber, let's say, given, when, then, whatever keywords we have, right, with respect to framework, we will inculcate those and make sure that our API automation is working along with Cucumber style of writing also. Okay, so project 3 and project 5, guys, almost same. Only additional part which we are adding is the Cucumber part. Project 2 and project 4 are similar. There is no major change. The only thing which is getting added is the Cucumber style of writing. Okay, like the way we are having given, when, then. You might have seen this, but still I'll be kind of covering from scratch, guys, how we are writing the feature file, step.dev, what are the different keywords when it comes to Cucumber, and all those concepts, guys. Okay, so overall we will have almost like 5 projects in this curriculum. And obviously, guys, a lot of, you can say, configuration changes with respect to Playwright config file, and we will play around with those files as per our requirement. Okay. Okay, so this is about the high level discussions about the framework, and detail, you can say, we will obviously make sure that everybody are on the same page. And along with this, guys, there will be the integration part. Okay, so this is very, very important, guys, because right now in the current market or in the current situation, you need to make sure that the project is fully integrated with the CI/CD process, guys. Okay, so when I say CI/CD, the popular this thing is like we will have the integrations with Jenkins, we will have the integrations with GitHub Actions. Okay, two major CI/CD process we will follow, and those who are using the Azure paid version, okay, they will have the subscription to use the Azure pipeline as well. Okay, so when I say Azure pipeline, guys, you need to create a pipeline using the obviously your Azure application, where you need to have the configuration for your YAML file. And once the YAML file is created, right, after that you need to trigger your project. Okay, so the configuration setting and everything remains same, guys. The only thing is some step in the Azure part is little bit advanced. Okay, so we need to make sure that those steps are followed correctly. And to be very precise, guys, this CI/CD process is a one-time activity. Okay, once you are done with the CI/CD process, CI/CD integration, we will be kind of obviously based on the additional test cases which is getting added at the project level. All those will be kind of getting triggered based on our action. Okay, whether you want to trigger the CI/CD on the push, on the pull, okay, whatever git command we will trigger. Okay, while kind of deploying the changes over the respective project repository. Okay. In this process, guys, you will have the detailed understanding of Git flow, guys. Okay. So for that, we will have the tools which will be like majorly getting used right now in the market is Git, Bitbucket, GitHub, which is almost like whatever we have in Git, right? Same thing in GitHub, but the GitHub has got the desktop mode as well. Like we will have the application as well. Then you guys have we'll have the understanding on GitLab, and then Circle CI, guys. Okay, so these are the major you can say popular SCM, source code management tool, where our focus will be on Git, guys. Okay, Git, GitHub, and GitLab, because this is the open source, popularly like almost like all the organizations has the same Git flow which is being used and which is popular, guys. Okay, so our complete focus will be on Git flow, guys. Okay, we will have the detailed understanding on the Git flow. What are the various command you need to consider when it comes to pushing your changes, taking the pull from the repository, how we are resolving the conflict when this conflict arises, how we are handling the branches. Okay, because at a project level, you guys can be the individual contributor, or you may be in the project, guys, where 3 to 4 people are working on the same UI automation or API automation. So obviously, guys, in both the scenarios, the Git flow will be kind of getting changed, right? So we need to have the clarity on both the flows, guys, like whether it is like individual contributor or whether you are working in a team. Okay, perfect. So I think this is the integrations with CI/CD as well as the Git flow. And later, like once the CI/CD and integration is done, guys, this is the recently like added advantage where we will be kind of having the Slack plus Teams. Okay, these are the popular like communication channel, guys. Okay, so which is being used right now, where we will have the intimations on Slack, intimations on Teams. Okay, how much is the passing percentage of the test case? Okay, so suppose you have written let's say 15 or let's say 50 test cases, and if 16 are getting passed or let's say 15 are getting passed, so we will get the intimations over the Slack once the complete run has completed, guys. Okay, so we will integrate with the Slack and Teams, guys, which is part of our CI/CD process only. Okay, so integrations with Slack and Team is required. Why? Because as a QA, we will not wait when our pipeline will get completed. Okay, so we will have the concept of once the test run is completed, right? We will get the notifications over the channels in the Slack, or let's say channels which has been created in Microsoft Teams. Okay, so that integration we need to have inside our CI/CD process only. Okay, so we will have the detailed discussion on that also. Right now, currently every organization is having the requirement where we kind of intimate over the Slack channel also. Okay, so we will have the complete discussion on this as well. Now, coming to prerequisite, guys, again. So I'll be quickly showcasing a quick demo, how we are kind of doing this configurations. So as I mentioned already that we will have the Node.js installation and the VS Code setup. Okay. Irrespective whether you guys are using Windows or you are using, let's say, Mac, the steps are similar. Okay. So what you guys need to do is you just need to kind of go to the Chrome browser. Okay. And once you go to the Chrome browser, just over here, write down Visual Studio download. Okay. So now the query can be like whether we can use other editor also. The answer is yes, guys. But as I mentioned already, the support and the extension and the libraries which are available, okay, for VS Code, okay, is comparatively good compared to other editor. Okay, so that's the reason like our main like our focus will be on VS Code, guys. So go to VS Code section and please click on free download, and depending on whether you are using Windows or Mac, you can select the respective options. So those who are using, just check 90% of you will have this particular option. So once you click on this, after that VS Code will be kind of getting downloaded, guys. Okay. And once you do that, you will see something like icon like this, guys. Okay. So we will have this particular icon, and this is something like after that we will kind of do the setup. After that, you don't need to kind of install any extension or any plugin as of now. Just install and configure VS Code. Okay, so once you do that, after that we need to kind of check the node part, guys. Okay, so for node part, you just need to go to node.js. Okay, so when you once you go to this particular website, right, after that, you will click on install Node.js, and over here you will see the recent, you can say, version, which is available, okay, which is LTS. You can pick the lower version also, not a problem, guys. It's completely fine, but it should be greater than 11, guys. Okay, that's a prerequisite. Please make sure that the version is greater than 11. Okay, but don't you can say don't change anything. Just go to this you can say section. If you are confused with the command logic, I would request everyone to go with this particular option, which is very straightforward. You select the Windows OS. Okay, after that, right now you are using x64, select x64 and click on .msi. Okay, so one file around 67 MB will be kind of getting downloaded. Okay, once you do that, just perform the operations how we are kind of doing for the other you can say tools. Just go next, and after that you will see that Node.js is installed. Don't try to change anything, guys. Okay, never, nor the path, nothing is required to update it with respect to whether I need to change the environment variable, whether I need to update so and so. Nothing is required, guys, with respect to Node.js installation. Okay, so once you are done with that, okay, so those who are using Windows, okay, I would recommend them to go to CMD, and those who are using Mac, I would recommend them to go to terminal part. Okay, so here once you go to this, you just need to trigger a command called as node-v. Okay, so once you do that, you will be able to see the version which is kind of getting like which is installed right now. Okay, so once node is installed, and after the once VS Code, as I told you, this icon will be showing up. These two are installed. We are good to start with our project setup, guys. Okay, so this is the prerequisite which is required, guys. I hope everyone are clear with the prerequisite part. If anybody is having any queries, questions, obviously more than welcome. And other than that, once this thing is done, guys, over here I would like to kind of go through some of the basics of Playwright, okay, before kind of we get started. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have a small, you can say, PowerPoint presentations, which is with respect to I would say Playwright introduction. Okay, wherein we will be talking about what is Playwright, how it is advantageous to, let's say, other tools, automation tools right now which is available in the market, and what are the different browsers and let's say emulation devices it is kind of getting like it is supporting right now. Okay, so as everybody can see over here on my screen, right? So as I mentioned, the Playwright itself is built by Microsoft, guys. Okay, and it's a tool which is helping us to run our test case in both the modes, that is headed as well as headless mode. Okay, headed as in like a real-time browser will be kind of getting invoked, and headless means you will not see the interactions with the browser. It will run in the background, guys. Okay, and it is supporting majorly like popular programming languages, that is JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, C# and Java. Okay, those who are having good exposure on Java, they can kind of start with Playwright with Java as well. Those who are having good exposure on Python, right, they can start creating their framework in Python as well. Okay, but as I already mentioned, the like percentage in terms of language support right now is highest for JavaScript, guys, compared to other programming language. It is supporting both API, that is like web-based logic, like API automation, as well as mobile web apps, guys. Okay, and the support which is available, right, it is popularly for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and CI means continuous integration run, means you will be having the flexibility to run over the Dockerizations or CI/CD process, guys. Okay, now in this case, guys, if you compare other you can say automation tool, here actually a real browser is kind of getting invoked, and it is being communicated, like whatever action, whatever command you will give, right, it is kind of having the communication directly with the Chromium, Firefox and WebKit. Okay, now please understand this, Chromium itself is a kind of browser engine, okay, which is managing a lot of browsers, such as we have Chrome, we have Opera, we have Brave browser, we have UC browser. So all these are coming under one roof, guys, which is nothing but Chromium. Okay. WebKit is for Safari browser, guys, where we need to kind of interact with the Safari browser even in Windows, right? Sometimes. So we try to run our test case from Windows OS on the Safari browser. Vice versa is also like possible, guys. And we will have the approach of, you can say, execute test, where we are having the direct communications with the browser engine, guys. Okay. In real time, what happens, whatever language we write, it is kind of getting converted into the JSON language, which is being used or which is being understood by the browser engine. But in this case, there is a direct communication with all the browser engine. After that, if you see, we will have the detailed discussion on this, guys. Right now, I'm just showing you at high level. Okay. We will talk about this in detail, how it is advantageous to like in compare to other automation tool. So we have the support for cross browser, cross platform, multi-language, which I already spoken about. Okay. We have the concept of auto waiting, which is very, very important, guys. As you are aware, right, in today's world, the web application does not have, you can say, fixed time to wait or let's say load a particular page. Sometime due to some reason, the website or let's say the web page is taking 10 second, 15 second, 20 second, right? So Playwright has the support of auto wait, okay, which is helping us to reduce the let's say number of flakiness in the test. Okay. We have the concept of browser context, guys. Okay. In this, what happens is you will be able to handle multiple tabs, multiple windows at the same time. Okay. Where let's say a lot of other tools is having the disadvantage, guys. Okay. So, but in case of Playwright, you will be able to handle this situation where you will be able to isolate a single tab, multiple tab, or you can say altogether new windows. Okay. There are various built-in assertion using the chai library, using Mocha library, okay, which are the popular JavaScript library, guys, which is helping us to run our test case in parallelization, okay, where you will have a lot of scenarios whether I will be able to run 10 test case at the same time. The answer is yes, depending on how many workers you have instantiated. Based on that configuration, we will be able to trigger that logic. Next, we have fast and reliable. If your Selenium test case is taking 10 seconds for execution, then Playwright test case or Playwright framework will do that particular activity within 1 second. So it is 10x, I would say, faster in terms of execution time, guys. Headless mode, headed mode, as I mentioned, you will be having the flexibility for both approach. We will be able to have. Then there is something called as inspector, guys, okay, like Playwright inspector, which is helping us to understand the, you can say, the architect, the layout, the locators in detailed manner using trace viewer, okay, which is very, very important element at the initial stages in terms of understanding how the locators works in Selenium, how to identify them, what are the various ways to handle them. And this is very, very important, guys, like with respect to comparison between Playwright, Selenium, Cypress right now, which is I told at the very beginning, these are the market, you can say, in terms of QA, these are leading the current QA automation market. Okay. Out of which Playwright has got the like highest or let's say biggest advantage in terms of other automation tool. Okay. Because Cypress has the advantage, like you can say, only two language. It do not have support of multiple tab, multiple window. Okay, so obviously a lot of cons are available with respect to Selenium and Cypress, but obviously whatever cons which are applicable for Selenium and Cypress, those becomes the pros for your Playwright tool, guys. Okay. So it has almost all the, you can say, flexibility with respect to kind of having a complete in detail framework from scratch. We will be able to handle the mobile web browser as well. we will be able to handle API, we will be able to handle UI, and we do have the direct communications with the browser itself. Okay. If you remember, in Selenium, we need the concept of Selenium grid, guys, if you want to handle the cross browser validation or testing. But Playwright single-handedly will be able to perform the cross browser as well as cross platform. Okay. And the number of test case or flakiness in terms of Playwright, obviously it is very, very low compared to other tool. So Playwright has support for parallel testing, screenshot videos. The framework is inbuilt, no need of integrating, let's say, TestNG, JUnit, some other types of framework in our Selenium system, right? And obviously, like flakiness, we can avoid, we can reduce, obviously, based on the number of runs. And the use case, or let's say the logic is, it is applicable for modern web apps, guys. Okay, where we will have the flexibility to do the cross browser compatibility. Perfect. And this is the architecture, guys, with respect to Playwright, how the communications happens. As I told you, the prerequisite, we will have the node JS, that is node JavaScript, where our Playwright script will be kind of installed, guys. Okay. After that, based on our language, right, this language will communicate with the Playwright server, and this node.js, whatever is available, right, in turn will communicate with Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit, where we are running our test. So this is a basic client server architecture of Playwright, how the communications happens. So this is like little bit in detail about what are the different clients, protocols being used. So there are two major protocols, guys, WebSocket protocols and Chrome Dev Tool protocol. Okay, because that's how the interactions between the respective front end and back end will happen, guys. Okay, so we will be able to make sure that we are sending the JSON or whatever is required to the server side, and server is kind of sending the request over the WebSocket protocol. Okay, flakiness and everything is obviously, if there is any issues with respect to single WebSocket connection, we will have the test failure or flakiness. Otherwise, everything whatever we are communicating is over the single WebSocket protocol. Perfect. So yeah, I think for today that's it. So I hope everyone are clear. If anybody wants to add anything, feel free to add, guys. I think there are a few questions over the chat window.
Yeah, there are no questions yet, Vikas. So
sorry, it was regarding something else.
We can start taking questions now. Yep.
Yeah, please go ahead and ask.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes. Are you planning to do the Playwright with the Python as well?
Currently, like as I mentioned, the language, you can say right now, the numbers comparatively are highest for JavaScript. Okay, so that's the reason. Currently, I'll start with Playwright with JS as of now. Okay. As far as the framework, layout, folder structure, everything is concerned, almost it is same. There is no change. Obviously, at a broader level, the syntax and the structure which we will be having for Python, that will be getting updated. That's it, nothing else. Otherwise, almost the layout and everything will remain same.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Arul Prakash, regarding the presentation over email, I will be, let's say, sharing with Jagdish. Okay, so you can just have a check with him.
Sure, thank you, Akash.
Yeah,
that was really good presentation slide. I would say the comparisons between the different languages and the futures which is written is really interesting. So just to have it.
yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
thanks, Arul. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, you can raise your hand, unmute and ask, or you can also type your question in the chat. The regular sessions will start from Monday, and the timings are 11 to 12. And the sessions will happen for over a period of 2 months. The exact end date we will announce, but if you are interested, you need to enroll, and we will share the enrollment form in the chat. Do we have enrollment form?
We
Yeah,
have already
it's
shared
already
it.
shared.
Yeah, okay. So you just have to fill the enrollment form. The sessions are 100% free, completely free, but we are very strict with commitment to the program. Only if you are available for next 2 months, starting from July 14th, 11 to 12, Monday to Thursday. Weekly 4 days we will have sessions, Monday to Thursday. Only if you're available, please enroll. If you're not available, if you have vacation plans, other commitments, please do not enroll. We are not looking for too many people. We run even for 10 people, around 10 people. It's completely fine for us. But if you are enrolling, make sure you attend 100%. If any emergency situations happen, like Anjali mentioned, there is an exception for attendance. Otherwise, if everything is well, we expect 100% attendance. It's as simple as that. Okay, if no one has any questions, maybe Anjali, you can conclude.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Jagdish. I'm Reshma. So I had joined the job search, like we had another session, right? So I had joined that session as well, and I had a concern that these two sessions are overlapping 1 hour in a day. So
Yes.
you said,
Yeah, so only it is one session. So
Mhm.
we can, and the job search strategy sessions start at 10 and end at 12. So only weekly once for 1 hour you will have conflict. We
Mhm.
can arrange, you can join. So because now we know the reason that you're part of 2 sessions. So
Mhm.
all those who registered and got confirmation for job search strategy sessions, we will arrange for Wednesday. Maybe we will adjust the timings a little bit, or we'll end the job search strategy a little bit early. We will adjust because it's
Okay.
just for 1 day. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah. Thank you
Yep.
so much,
Yep.
Jagdish.
Please make sure you have to fill up the enrollment form if you want to enroll in the program. And whoever enrolls on the very first day of this session, I will also share the guidelines that I've already presented. I will share it in a PDF form with the coordinator, and he will share it whoever enrolls, so that you can always have a reference to go for. Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for joining the session. Hopefully, we get to see you soon. Most of you, I would say. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
you.
Take care.